Rick, how you guys doing? It's a Tuesday. Tuesday. Tuesday in it. Okay. There was something I wanted to do. Gotta figure it out. Okay, I did everything in here
Is there money
already.
to be made?
There was some places I wanted to take a look at, so let's try the Astropathic Chapel. Gotta explore the ship a little bit. So let's see what we got.
How fascinating. To me, the Immaterium is made of colors, but to the astropaths who dwell in this chapel, it is music.
Cursed music. Why do the astropaths not fill this place with litanies in his name instead?
Switch got Pascal.
Successful.
Rise to the top or get left in the dust.
Alright, let's see what we got here. Back of the throne is smeared with something dark, red, and old. Ew. Someone pooed in there. Hey yo, the music. Here comes the drop. Endless stream of symbols fills the paper tapes. Deceased navigator's organ repurposed for the choir master's needs. Here is where processed messages converge from all over the chapel. What organ are we talking about? Damn, what the fuck? Gonna wait for the ads to end in about 30 seconds. Safety switch malfunction on throne 30. Agency action required.
Ready for data input.
Alright guys, welcome back from the ads. Let's see what's going on in here. Choir Mastery Zachary Wise, tall old man in long green robe, stands motionless in front of a cogitator. The closer you approach, the clearer you can hear his continuous, unintelligible whisper. You're about to call his name when he falls silent sharply and turns toward you. Lord Captain, a visit from the rogue trader is an honor for us. Like other astropaths in the chapel, the choir master's eyes are bandaged over with time-worn scrolls of sacred manuscripts. Nevertheless, you cannot shake the feeling that his otherworldly glowing gaze is studying you keenly. How can I be of service, your lordship? Okay. Sanctioning is a brutal procedure, one which robs every astropath of the gift of sight, but in return they gain a new kind of vision that allows them to see what ordinary people cannot. Remind me who you are? The wrinkle-faced drooping corners of the mouth look focused, yet courteous at the same time. My name is Zachary Weiss. Your lordship, I am the choir master of the astropathic choir. I was posted to this ship soon after my soul-binding ritual on Holy Terra. You might say I've been serving House von Valentius all my life. Have you made confession lately? I beg your lordship's pardon. The orphans on the ship have not been provided with the bare essentials, have they not? I suppose you have a better idea of that than I do. It is something I have never thought about before, on which I hardly have an opinion worth sharing, Lord Captain. Where is some distant perish in the warp while others go on living? How odd, he voices us all with pain. Odd that you should have listened to my confession, and odd that you should choose to approach me afterward. Why? I felt there was anguish in that confession. I wanted to help. My confession made you anxious on my account, resulting in a waste of your time, for which I apologize. I am thankful for your consideration. He smiles a bittersweet smile. Death always keeps close to astropaths, and its punishment for arrogance and weakness are severe. I have seen my fellows die, and at times the memories are exceedingly hard to bear. Sadly, almost every choir has a story like that, and a survivor who has carried their ghost with them ever since. Weiss lets out a ragged breath. My apologies, but I cannot continue worrying at the old wounds. Directing a choir requires a clear and firm state of mind. How did you like serving under Lady Theodora? I served her for 2 decades and never knew another Lord Captain before your ascension. With her, I had been through many things. The Quartermaster falls silent as though briefly transported in his mind to another place. A shadow of regret creeps into his face. Lady Theodora had a good understanding of my significance with the overall mechanisms of the ship's services. Poorly concealed irritation creeps into the expression of regret on his face, which, however, did not stop her from neglecting my warnings. I'm confused, so how old are you? My calculations are correct. Having factored in our movement through the warp, then I turned 34 a month and a half ago. What the fuck? There is a pause. You can't quite decide if the old man in front of you is joking, but there is not the slightest hint of a smile on his face. Tell me about the astropathic choir. Of course, your lordship. Is there anything specific you want to know? Point to the mechanical drum. What device is that? It is a sacred compiler that helps us record, store, and to an extent unriddle messages. The astropaths first receive these messages in the form of muddled images, dictating what they see to the machine, which logs their every word. From the reels of the receivers in the ceiling, the machine-recorded words are routed through the lines under the floor into transcribers and then the source core. This core is the most important part of the mechanism as it contains a vast catalog of various symbols and the methods of their interpretation. The compiler matches the images and the messages against its data and forwards the results to the central cogitator and myself so that I can begin the ritual of decoding. I know of no other choir that possesses so wise a mechanism, and I praise the God Emperor for its existence. However, while the compiler hastens the extraction of intelligible meaning from perplexing imagery, the astropath must still open their mind to interpretation, which is no less perilous than the rites of receiving or sending an astropathic message. If your machines know the meanings of the symbol, why can't it decide the messages itself? Regrettably for us all, your lordship, astropathic messages are not ciphered dispatches, but rather psychic imprints containing information. Only an astropath can read the entirety of something created through the medium of the war. Furthermore, as messages pass through the immaterium, they might become distorted by malevolent intent. It falls to your servants alone to shield their mind with faith and separate the true meaning from the influence of the ruinous powers. So if you wanted to hide certain information from me, you could? Weiss's face twists into a bitter grimace. My duty is to shield you from the monstrous communications that filter through the warp. The screams of the Emperor's loyal servants, centuries dead by now. The nightmarish, maddening image of the Sea of Souls, which is just another word for the warp. The cursed symbols that cause astropaths to convulse in violent fits of frenzy. Messages from abominations in search of weak minds to devour. Concealing all of that from you is my duty. Oh, how does one become an astropath? We were all part of the Imperial Tithe once. Psychers delivered to Terra on the Black Ships, but only a few of the candidates have what it took to study astropathy. Fewer still successfully completed the grueling training to become eligible for soul binding, and almost none survived the initiation. He throws his head back. We were given the privilege to behold the Emperor's light, a light flawless and serene. A pious smile visits his lips. That changes you. It wounds you irreparably. It takes your sight, but in exchange you commune with greatness. His presence in our souls fortifies them as we stand against malicious powers. After the ritual, an astropath is assigned their position. At this or that Adeptus, an astropathic relay, or a ship. More often than not, our first place of service is also our last. What is this place? Chestpath, this place is a cradle in our grave, Lord Captain. You are at the conflux of every secret missive, every order of prime importance, every scheme being plotted behind the scenes. You are at a place where each of your loyal astropaths is ready to lay down their life for crumbs of information if that is your wish. We receive and send messages. For hours turning into days, we wander the dark depths of the immaterium, carrying our voice through the warp's eternal night, bringing it to our comrades in some remote refuge, accepting the voices, signals, and missives of others into our own abode. Those are more often meant for you, your lordship, and at times they are meant for no one. If something were to happen to the choir, where can I find new astropaths? The expression on his frequent grows even more serious. It would be more on point to say when something happens. The Emperor's blessings protects us from the warp's various influences. However, there are horrors dwelling in the void, for which even this defense would be no obstacle, especially if one spends as much time in their company as we do. There is one way to procure astropaths, and that is through the Adeptus Administratum. Luck permitting, An attached astropath from the sector will be posted to this ship. Ones who, for whatever reason, have lost their place of service. Failing that, the request will go to Terra, and we will have to wait a long time. That said, there are other options. Blasphemous, forbidden options. The Choir Master grimaces. Unsanctioned psychers, unprotected and broken souls who seldom live past their first few seances. But even those would do, should the God Emperor put our souls through severe trials. And judging by how rapid the warp has been of late, by the number of dead astropaths, those trials will be upon us sooner than our prayers can reach Terra. The odd noise inside the chapel does not bother you. On the contrary, Lord Captain, it is a mental focusing technique used by your flagship's choir. One that I invented myself. This music was written by an astropath, but my charge is, and I hear in it, is not what ordinary people hear. Its true depth and beauty cannot be fathomed without the Emperor's blessing. The music protects our minds from rudimentary thoughts, purifies and sharpens them. But above all else, it serves as a beacon of sorts amid the tumultuous sea of souls, a thread to lead us home from the deadly maze. Alright, we'll speak later. I have other business to attend to. Goodbye, your lordship. The choir master follows you with his otherworldly gaze as you leave, then turns back to the cogitator. Alright, fuck more people, because it seems like we could talk to these guys. So let's see what this is. Protect us from the machine spirit's unrest, for without his gifts, our sacrifice are fruitless. You can barely hear the voice of the young astropath standing very still next to the bulky mechanism, his face frozen in a mask of despair. His anemic hands are pressed to his chest, clutching crumpled strips of thick paper. He hears you approach and composes himself. The engine seer, his head lower, does not so much as glance at your direction. With his hands folded underneath his robe, he makes a barely audible, unpleasant sound, a prayer in technolingua. What is going on here? The sacred compiler is ailing, your lordship. A gloom has come over the machine spirits, and they are disrupting the mechanism's operation. The 12th row of the drum is now adding incorrect symbols. The man shows you a stack of papers, and you notice that at once the rows of squiggles in each line all end with the same glyph. We summon the servants of the ominous Saya, but the machine spirits are none too eager to heed their prayers. The esteemed engine seer is in a state of tech prayer trance and hasn't moved from that spot for a day now. He shrinks his head into his shoulders timidly. I had the audacity to think that a sacred compiler could be better helped by examining its parts, but who am I to question the secret knowledge of the Adeptus Mechanicus? Unit Sigma AR-87 is currently in a tech trance of shared comprehension with the spirit of the Archaeotech device cataloged under the name Stream Spindle. Disturbing the unit now is not recommended. Pascal falls silent for a few seconds. However, a preliminary diagnostic has revealed several algorithmic faults that are in conflict with the sacred mechanism's processes. Practical intervention into certain cycles will likely aid the release of the accumulated burden. Unless there's any way we can help. Okay. What the fuck? Once cleaned the candlelights at a seat beside the inner workings of the interpreter move. Okay. What about this one? Alright, Pascal, I need your smarts. Once this text is ready for final interpretation, the compiler sends it to the choir master along with a list of meanings for the known images. Scraps of paper are stuck deep inside the mechanism, causing it to rattle terribly, killing the machine's parts and annoying. Okay, you're fucking disappearing too fast. Damn it. Hold on. Man, I can't read shit. Alright, let's see what this is. Receivers and numbers reels direct paper tapes into unprocessed effects into the chapel's depths after. I can't read it. Let me read it. Fuck. Okay. The cogitator has been fixed. The issue affecting the routing cogitator has been fixed. Is that everything?
Keep your wits about you.
Is that everything, really? Or what's this? What's this? Let's see. Faulty transcriber manipulators. Malfunctioning cogitator. Is that everything? Looks like that's everything. Oh, put these... Alright, let's talk to him. Your lordship, the astropath smiles at you, the shy, awkward smile of someone unused to smiling. The psychic mechanism is working again with no disruptions. With a trembling hand, the psychic hands you a strip of paper with smooth rows of etched characters, this time containing no errors. The engine seer rises proudly to his feet and says in low Gothic, a language he clearly has not had much practice in. With sacred words and virtuous thoughts turned toward the machine god, I have been able to pacify this mechanism in a way where it spirits the Omnissiah blesses. How lucky we are that the venerable tech priest is so pious and wise. The statement is true. I recommend installing 2 incense-burning units in this compartment to prevent the spirit's continued anger. The unit, Zachary Wise, will be provided with this list of minor recommendations, 142 in total, for improvements to this compartment's maintenance. Failure to implement will result in sanctions on the part of the Adeptus Mechanicus priesthood. Alright, where... Okay, so where is the reports? Hold up. Once the sacred machine is repaired, Choirmaster will be able to deliver previously undeciphered messages to the rogue trader. Okay, so we go talk to Weiss again?
I always keep my options.
And we get to level up too. Sweet. Let's go talk to him first. Your lordship, I have something for you. The choirmaster hands you a sheet of paper with uniform lines of machine type etched into it. Thanks to your assistance in repairing the compiler, we've been able to interpret a most curious message. It contains a call sign that agents of the renegade Voidfear use in their especially important reports. Could it be a message from Voidfear? He was more likely the intended recipient. When was the signal sent? I cannot say with certainty, your lordship. Following the repair work, I went through text that had defied decoding before. The signal had lost its way in the bowels of the mechanism. It could be a week old or years. What does the message say? Only a few words. Lilamed Odeanathus 11. The winds have ceased. It is done. Now, Lilamed is Voidfear's call sign for special reports, but the rest is a code we are unfamiliar with. That said, we know where to look for the truth. The Odeanathus 11 system. I'll get to the bottom of that message. I have no doubt of that, your lordship. Okay. Alright, so we essentially just finished the, Okay, the first confession has been found. It was the choirmaster. Okay, and then we, okay. Alright, let's get the fuck out.
Keep your eye on the prize.
So I want to find out who the prayers are. It sounds like one of them was concerned about the, about people being lost in the warp. I need to take a look and see what the other ones was. Do we have a record of what the other ones were? Hold on. Hold on. Request and response. Where is it? Oh, doesn't show me the other ones. Dang. Rumors. Unidentified void ship. One of the unidentified void ships circling the nearby star has landed on a large uninhabited world in the system. Okay, let's go ahead and level up real quick. Okay. Camaraderie. For each adjacent ally, the soldier deals 11 more damage. Hold on, I want to see what my my main weapon is. So we got a long las. But the question is, do I want the long las, or do I want the sniper rifle? Do I want... Because it says here, solid projectiles weapons have an increased 50% over penetration, which means if it penetrates, it does 50% of the damage behind the person. At the end of the wear turn, they gain temporary wounds. Okay, let me see what you got. Spinner rituals, base weapon property, 10% dodge if wearer is not in not in cover. Oh. I guess I can't be in cover then. Shoot. Deck officer, let's see. Reflective shield. Chainmail, carapace chestplate. I'm gonna go ahead and add that to cargo. I kind of want to redo him a little bit, but build him more towards, instead of the long las, I'm going to go with a physical sniper. So like physical damage. So hold on, where is that guy? He's able to do it. Yeah, Janice John Rock. There we go. Have you ever heard the name Fiery Reckoning? From what I can tell, it's a void ship of some sort. There was a mention of it in one of Theodore's documents I found. Thinks for a moment, pursing his lips in concentration. I'm afraid it is not immediately familiar to me, your lordship. Please allow me a moment. He starts rapidly tapping on the screen of his data slate. I say, House von Valentius did indeed sign a contract with the owners of a vessel with that designation, with the designation Fiery Reckoning. There are... Hold on. There are transactions, records of the ship, picking up cargo from Kiava Gamma. Well, this is odd. The data log ends there. Apparently the ship had some interactions with one of the workshops in your industrial world. Beg your pardon, your lordship. That's the extent of the assistance I can provide you in regard to the particular matter. Remind me, what do you do on my ship? As the High Factotum, my duties encompass anything that might enrich you or your protectorate. I see to it the supplier to deliver all shipments on time, that our partners do not weasel out of their promises, and that all servants remember that the Emperor's grace can only be earned through toil for the good of the von Valentius dynasty. I also make arrangements to ensure that our hold receives less than thorough inspections by port customs officers, and I find buyers for whatever you wish to sell. And of course, I ensure that the Protectorate's worlds prepare their tithe on a timely fashion. Let none of them say in my lifetime that the dynasty has disgraced itself with a late payment of the sacred tribute. Have you made a confession lately? Your lordship, you are truly masterful at springing unexpected questions on a man. However, I must admit, I don't quite understand this one. The orphans of the ship have already been provided with the bare essentials, have they not? Oh. High Factotum fidgets nervously with the rings on his fingers until he musters the courage to reply. I will not pry into how your lordship found out about my confession. Suppose it raised some questions for you? You have a good heart, it seems. I am surprised. As am I, to tell the truth. And sensitivity is a vice in one responsible for ensuring the dynasty's prosperity. However, I cannot help it, which is why I'm burned in my soul in confession. I am willing to allocate extra resources to provide for the orphans. I marvel at your generosity. Will there be any specific instructions, your lordship? I trust you with this matter. Spend as much as you deem necessary. The Factotum's eyes glisten sentimentally. The children will know that you are their benefactor. As for me, I can assure you that I will find ways to procure enough funds to cover the expenses. I wanted to know what you think of your fellow crew members. Keeping tabs on your subordinates, wise move. Tell me what interests you, and I'll endeavor to be as honest as possible. Seneschal, Lady Theodore managed to do what even the Imperial Navy could not. Teach Master Wersarian to carry out orders that he fundamentally disagrees with. I do not know what methods to use, but the result is impressive. Having said that, there is something else you need to know, Lord Captain. Your Seneschal is capable of being something far greater than a mere conduit for your will. He possesses the cunning and experience to run the Protectorate passably whenever Lady Theodore was away, and that really is saying something. Keep an eye on that old officer, I say, or alternatively turn him into a faithful ally. Let's discuss something else then. Hold on, where is the innate training? There we go. I want to do me real quick. Alright, let's go ahead and do this. Let's see. Awareness. Revel and Slaughter, obviously. Firearm Mastery. Okay. There's a skill here. Solid Projectile Weapon Expert. +2 minimum damage. That's actually pretty good. Okay, either agility or ballistic skills. I want to do swift movements. I want to be able to travel far and fast. Okay, ballistics, dash, concentrated fire, entrench, or controlled shot. Because in the sign that they are about to open fire, soldier and their allies will automatically dodge. Wait a minute. Is it just me? But I thought this was for I could have sworn that this skill was for AoE attacks, not just generally. Okay, that's actually not bad then. Better to die for the Emperor, ready to serve. Hold on. When an Imperial World character is affected by an ally's non-damaging ability or effects, they gain one resolve. Stronger together. Well, he's a sniper, so he's not going to be able to work together, so let's try something else. As under the regimental tactics effects, all their allies gain 5% rate to fire, infliction heroism. Every time the astronaut uses a heroic act, the commander gains timely rescue, suppression fire. Hold on. Let's see what else we got here. Chain weapon, bolter weapon, dueling, grenadier, heavy weapon. Instant retribution, it will not die. Increases wounds by half of the character's level rounded up. Okay. Actually not bad. Let's see. Power weapon, shield mastery. Okay. Let's set it. What else we got? Evening Zordo, how is Rogue Trader going? It's going well. I really love the game. I like the world building. Like, you can come into Warhammer 40k blind, and the terms in here all have like tooltips, so you can just like mouse over it and it'll give you like a brief explanation of like what it is. So I like that I like that it's able to give you like a brief explanation of what it is that it's referring to. Yeah, exactly. Nice. Until the soldier's next turn. Into combat, soldier's rate of fire is increased by 30 until the end of combat. All the soldiers' attacks are 20% harder to dodge until the end of combat. The soldier's range attacks gain 10% armor penetration. That's what I want. Anything that says end of combat, I will gladly take. And then exploits surroundings. Cover efficiency is increased by 10 for full cover and 20 for half cover. Then I'm going to go agility. Dash. Let's see. Should I do demolition, athletics, Medicaid? Let's do demolition. Fuck it. Perception. Let's do perception. Okay, better to die for the Emperor. Let's see. Let's do a little bit more on this one. Okay, here we go. Rapid reload. For the first reload in combat does not cost AP. That's actually not bad. After the soldier deals damage to 3 different enemies, the soldier gains 22% damage for the next attack in the current combat. Fired up, camaraderie, for each adjacent ally. Well, he's a sniper, so he's sitting mostly in the back, and so attack in a turn deals 15% more damage. Demolition engineer. Demolition instead of intelligence is used to determine additional damage with ranged area attacks. Got it. Forewarning. While the soldier has an ally adjacent to them, controlled shot costs 1 AP less. Fortress. While the soldier has full cover against an enemy, a soldier gains 10% plus damage against that enemy, and the enemy's attacks deal 20% less damage against the soldier and their cover if the cover is present at the moment when the shot is fired, even if the cover is destroyed by the shot. Ooh. I want integrity. While at full wounds, soldier has plus 10 ballistics and 2 movement points. Nice. I'm not able to do more of the ballistic skills then? Dang. Let's see. Combat Master. Let's see. Trying to see what kind of skills I want. Nimble, dodge, chance. I want the dodge chance. Okay, let's go. Let's see. So he is my tank. Well, kind of. No, actually he's not my tank anymore. Should I make him my tank? I'm trying to figure it out. Should I make him my tank, or should I make him my two-handed attacker? I would need to look at his skills real quick. Hold on. Features, charge, endure, talents. Let's see what he's got here. Origin talents. Okay, here we go. Allows this character to use melta weapons such as a melta gun, multi-melta, and others. He's a field medic. Allows the warrior to use medkits. Follower. He's an Imperial World character, humanity's finest. Imperial characters can select any characteristics except for weapons and add a 10 bonus. He's already got that then. Imperial Navy is responsible for the fleets of void ships that assert the dominance. Toughness. Can select any characteristics. Heavy armor efficiency. Once I get a melta weapon, I'll gladly put that on him. But he is our melee character, and so I kind of want to keep him melee. I can either make him do dual wield, one weapon in each hand, or I can make him a two-handed attacker. You know what? I'm kind of like in a theory crafting mood. Let's go ahead and try it. Rep New and I are in need of training. Let's go talk to let's do it for Abelard. Okay, here we go. Definitely athletics, because he needs athletics. Endure, Daring Breach. Okay. Can I get that skill? Where is it? Melee weapon specialist. Sweep ability of an axe and the shove ability of a hammer or mace cost 1 AP less. Where is it? Dual weapons. Oh. Hold up. Oh, he doesn't have it. Okay, my bad. I was misreading it for a second. I thought he had that unlocked for a moment, so that's not what I'm looking for. Let's see. Defensive maneuver. Let's see. There was supposed to be a skill for two-handed weapons. Does he not have it? Melee weapon specialist. Sweep ability of an axe and the shove ability of a hammer or mace cost 1 AP less. Well, obviously we're gonna do will not die first. Thick skin. Gain 1 damage deflect. Unless I whip past it. Hold on. 9 damage dealt by charges increased by 9 when the ability is used from a distance of 5 or more cells. Open engagement, opening strike, ramming speed. Well, obviously we need ramming speed. That's a good one. Rigorous training. Warriors become incredibly deft. Charging slash do not end the warrior's movements and grants 13% dodge for 1 turn. Do not falter. Where is that? I could have sworn I've seen it before. Unless I am... Shit. Fuck it. Okay, let's try something. Let's go ahead and take a look here. Better to dive in here. 140% wound. Imperial World characters gain 10% bonus to all characteristics and 2% resolve. 2 plus 2 resolve. Let's try something here. I want to do ramming speed. Toughness. Or weapon skill. Let's just go up to toughness for a bit. Reckless strike, sworn enemy. I want to do reckless strike. More athletics. More toughness. Let's see. I know I keep coming down here, but for the life of me, I could have sworn I saw like two-handed combat in here somewhere. Unless I misread another skill, or it could be for another person. Let's see. Imperial War characters gain plus 10 crit chance and armor against Xenos and demonic creatures. Their allies gain half the bonuses of No Heresy. Let's go better to die for the Emperor. Let's do Arouse next. Desolation. Epicenter of Slaughter. Whenever the warriors attack, they gain 1 stack of Epicenter of Slaughter. Thick Skin. Let's do Thick Skin next. And then we're gonna do another one. Where are you? Yeah, the Impetus. Damage dealt by charges increased by 10 when the ability is used from a distance of 5 or more. Because we got Ramming Speed 2. Also grants 10 movement points until the end of the turn. Does not provoke. Until the end of combat, gains 4 for each kill. May use the MP after attacking recent abilities. Okay, obviously I'm gonna take that one. That one's a good one. Where are you? Impetus. Dealt by charge is increased by 10. Weapon skill. Sworn enemy. Forceful strike. Uses all their might for a crushing strike. The next melee attack pushes the enemy away with a heavy rock saw. Taunting scream. Let's do sworn enemy. Get into cover. Affected by brace for impact. Perfect timing. Eldari weapon. Obviously, we can't do Eldari weapon because heavy weapons deal 1 plus 1 and 10% damage and ignore 2 deflection. So I guess my question is, what is considered a heavy weapon? Heavy weapon proficiency. Let me see what that is. Hold on. It reduces the required strength value for heavy weapons by 25. Let's do nimble as well. And actually, swift movements for movement speed. Then carouse. Let's see here. When an enemy attacks, desolation, easy target, critical against enemies not armed with a melee, and rage. If the warrior has less than 50% wounds, they gain 14% critical hit chance. Yeah, I'm gonna take that. And now we're gonna do either coercion or Medicaid. Let's do what? I don't have a lot of Medicaid, so let's just or coercion. Let's do coercion. Fuck it. All right, and then we have Sister Argenta. Let's see what we got. Demolition engineer. Demolition. Okay, integrity. What's integrity do again? Have full wounds, all but double. Next run and gun when. The next use of run and gun when used after entrench grants an additional 6 movement points. Point blank. All the soldiers gain a 20% and ignore it when used against enemies in a 3-cell radius within the from the soldier. Okay. Revel and Slaughter can be used after 2 kills. Tactical disengage. Tenderize. Trace the trajectory. When a soldier successfully dodges or uses cover against an enemy, they gain a guaranteed critical hit. I'm gonna do better to die for the Emperor on that one too. Alright, let's see what she got. She got Bolter Weapon Expert, blah blah blah. Let's see what else you got here. She can also use Flamers. So maybe Flame Weapon Expert when I eventually do get a Flamer. Okay, and then here is Cassia. When an ally uses a heroic strike, heroic attack, act, that ally gains temporary wounds equal to 10% of their maximum wounds plus 10. When an officer targets an ally with an action, an ability, or attack, that ally result is increased by 1 until the end of the officer's next turn. She has a lot of fucking skills. I'm trying to learn them. An officer uses an ability that grants movement points to the target. The officer also gains half that. Ooh, that's not bad. Makes an attack. They gain 5% fellowship, physical encouragement. When an ally starts a turn, including any extra turn, adjacent to the ally officer, the ally gains another movement speed and sees the initiative. Daunted wounds are no excuse. Get back in the fight removes 1 fresh injury. Ooh, that's not bad either. Okay, let me see what you got here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's heavy weapon proficiency. I want to do It Will Not Die because I don't want her to get wrecked. Lore Imperium, Lore War. Nah, she's our warp expert. I'm gonna keep Cassie as our Imperial lore person. Okay, let's see what we got here. Fish. When the operative attacks an enemy that has a full wounds, that attack deals 13% more damage. Okay, I'm gonna take that. And let's see. Perception, ballistic skill, or weapon skill. No, I'm gonna do weapon skill. And you're gonna definitely stack weapon skill. Jesus Christ. Be smart. Anytime an ability or talent uses the fellowship bonus, contagious lock, Crimson Tide. Creature with the blood blessed or bloodstained effect gains 1 stack of this whenever raining blood is inflicted again, or whenever it starts to turn on blood cut. Let's see. Chain weapon. Defensive maneuver. Dueling master. Oh, obviously dueling master. Demolition. Damn, she has a high fucking demolition skill. Jesus Christ. Alright, let's see what you got. Weak body, weak soul. Exposed weakness also reduces enemy toughness and willpower by 1. Oh damn, she has 3 level ups. Allies under the effect of at least one psychic power gain an additional 7% armor pen. Psychers, at the beginning of every combat, the Psychers allies gains 15% crit hit chance. The first crit hit removes this effect. Actually, that's not bad. I'll take that one. Also, these ones are pretty good too. Every time the Psyker deals mental damage from any source other than Aftershock, the target suffered half as much mental damage at the end of their next turn. Mental Breach. Enemies that have taken damage from the Psyker at least once suffer a 20% penalty to all resistance. Ooh. Dang, that's a lot of fucking skills here. Jesus Christ. It's a lot of reading, Angel. The Psyker's psychic powers that have a range of 2 cells or more have their range increased by 5. Okay, I'll take that one. Okay, let's see what you got. You got Logic, Tech Use, Lore War, and Lore Xenos. I wonder. Let's do Logic. Joint Analysis, Precise Strike. For the next attack against the target affected by an exploit, the target's cover, efficiency, and block will be reduced by... Okay, that's a good one. I'll take that. Foreboding. Also, create an area that lasts until the end of the Psyker's next turn. All allies within the area gain 6% dodge. Their damage cannot be less than 11%. Okay, let's see. It will not die, because I want more health, of course. Weak body, weak soul. Let's do intellect, ballistic, skill, willpower. Let's do willpower. Alright, so everybody has a lot more health because of that skill. Now I want to see if I have what's considered a heavy weapon. That's light. That's a light weapon too. Spinner's blade. Being in the next combat, this after the okay, so it's after the prayer. Got it. If the wearer is not in cover, okay, I should probably take that off because it's not good for me. So let's go ahead and put on like a light armor real quick. There we go. So what kind of armor you got? Light Spinner's breastplate. Agility bonus, dodge and parry against melee attacks. Extra property, 5+ agility. 10% dodge if the wearer is not in combat. Strength bonus wounds. What's that even mean? Hold on. Represents us. Now the question is, which one would she be better with? Hold on. I want to see what her dodge is. So it kind of looks like this is better, because it gives her a better dodge chance. How about this? Okay, yeah, I'll stick with this. As for this... I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. So much to choose. What kind of weapon you got? You got a hand flamer with a bolter. So the modified bolter is slightly better, only in rate of fire. Okay, so we got 2 bolters. Oh yeah, that's right. I wanted to also switch to the actual sniper rifle. There we go. Because the solid projectile skill gives me +2 to minimum damage. So we do the big dick damage a lot more often. Alright, so there was another quest here about confessions. Let's see if we can find out who the other person is.
Lord Captain. Lord Captain.
Lord Captain, Lord Captain. Ooh, connect me to the vessel's main channel. I wish to bolster the morale of my crew. Lower your voice conspiratorially. The Lockbeard Clippus, the confession. I'm sorry to hear. What the fuck is that? I assume you heard my confessional message. Replies without a hint of awkwardness. Do you wish to talk about it? The question is why. I was checking the Vox devices in the ship's reliquary. Message recording works, but deletion does not. You have helped me establish that. Thank you. Wait, why Lawbeard Kleppa specifically? At the time, I had nothing to repent of, so I dictated an excerpt from an old letter to my mother. As you heard, it contained arguments in favor of keeping Lawbeard Kleppas on the ship, but still recited from memory. Your confession perplexed the initiative. Find a way to delete it, and we shall forget about it. Will do, Lord Captain. Would you like to discuss other matters? Nope, that would be all for now. Okay. Let's go ahead and do this. Astropathic Choir Master is asking to speak to you via private channel. Okay. Greetings, your lordship. I can report that the choir is listening tirelessly to the Immaterium in the hope of picking up voices from the Dynasty's ships or worlds. However, we have heard something horrifying instead. Amid the Immaterium's tumult, something is screaming. The scream is driving your choir mad. Until it stops, we have no hopes of contacting any of the Dynasty's worlds. It is coming from the Rycat System's Astropathic Station. We're going to pay the station a visit. Thank you, Lord Captain. Okay. Scans required. Scan is required. An identified ship. Okay, so what happens if we go over here? Astropathic Station is dead ahead of the Void Ship. It is motionless. There is lifeless silence across the Vox frequencies. Its lights are out. Even those who have no warp sensitivity can feel the presence of death. It is here, lurking in the shadows. All of this makes reading the reports of the ship's astropaths, who claim to be hearing an incessant ghostly howl emanating from the station, all the more disturbing. Contact the station by Vox. The station's not responding. Perhaps there's no one left who can respond. Deploy scouting team. The enforcers offered their prayers and proceeded to enter the uncanny station. What they saw inside was monstrous. Astropaths upon their thrones, not quite here, not quite now, smudged as it were across time. Servants reliving their horrible deaths again and again, only to be reborn out of ashes and blood into more agony a moment later. The warp manifested itself here, twisting the very nature of existence. The main hall was covered in a crust of psychic ice. A green-robed blind old man sat motionless upon a tall throne. He was quite literally embedded in the ice, yet he was still alive and screaming. Send Zachary Wise to the station with a squad of bodyguards. Choirmaster Wise boarded the station in person, proceeded to the choir's hall. He stood silently for hours in front of a man frozen in ice and held a telepathic conversation with him. Denial of nightmare. Ooh, hold on. Then Master Wise offered a prayer to the God Emperor, and the unfortunate man passed away. Upon returning to the ship, Wise reverently presented the Lord Captain with a grim trophy, the late Choir Master's amulet taken from his frozen body after his death. If worn by a psyker, the wearer gains immunity to the horrors of the warp. Okay. The psychic shriek carrying across the Immaterium has been silenced, but this has brought the crew no relief. A chilling realization came to the astropaths when they discovered that the cry was masking a different sound, one even more terrifying and surreal. It was the melody of a cataclysm born from a warp storm of titanic power, so intense that the entire expanse must be able to hear it. It muffles astropathic messages and crawls into psychers' minds, evoking everywhere the same image: dark, gaping, beastly mouth cleaving the universe in two. Now that the mad choir masters finally stopped screaming, the song of the Immaterium has reached the rogue trader's void ship too. Should I have it be explored? I'm gonna have it be explored. A brief and chilling chronicle of the station's doom was found in the scribe's records. A warp disturbance of monstrous proportions wiped out half of the choir at once, turning the astropaths into living portals through which torrents of the Immaterium's energies poured out. Those who lasted longer bellowed and howled about a black rift that had split the universe in two before and after, and a darkness that would devour the Astronomicon's light. No, we're gonna burn everything. Void torpedoes shadow the fragile station. One can only hope that the unfortunate souls captured by the warp have perished along with their home. Okay. What about this unidentified void ship? A Vox crackles to life, and Master Helmsman Ravor addresses you. What we have here, Lord Captain, it is not very noticeable, but there's a void ship sitting in the local asteroid field. It sure is quiet, like it's huddled up there on purpose. It's not like I'm surprised. The thing is more scrap heap than ship at this point. Somebody sure went to town on it. We are registering critical damage to the hull and depressurization of several compartments. Oh, there's an incoming transmission now, too. Hear us? The Vox transmission hisses and abruptly cuts to static. Do not require assistance. Do not require assistance. Copy? The Vox relayed a different voice. Keep following. They'll pass us by, won't they? Emperor protects. Lord Captain, I'm told our augurs cannot determine the allegiance of the vessel. To be brief, there's an unidentified and badly damaged vessel within an asteroid field near the Rykad Philia colony that is refusing help, which, not to put to a fine point, has not yet been offered to them. Ravor, can we establish communication let the vessel identify itself? Yes, Lord Captain. The connection is established. Unknown vessel, we're receiving you. Identify yourselves. I repeat, identify yourselves. For a brief moment, the Vox only hisses and snaps, and then several voices at once start shouting over one another. Do not tell him we are done for. This is Thunderfang. We are, one of the voices falters uncertainly and is replaced by another. A merchant vessel. Do you copy? We are private chant vessel. So it's cutting out a lot. Merchant vessel. Of course they are. Damn my stupid head. Where did I hear this name before? Thunderfang. Damage report on the unknown vessel. Telemetry shows multiple hull breaches, most likely caused by the guns of a combat ship. Several compartments are leaking air. The bridge has been almost completely obliterated. 2 of the engines are critically damaged. Somebody gave them a thrashing so solid they barely managed to limp away. Why? I don't know. What if we could make a horse for your... Okay, so this is suspicious as hell. What the fuck? Whispering dies and a clear, youthful voice cuts through the stack. Our vessel's badly damaged, is preventing the correct identification. We assure you it's full merchant vessel. Thunderfang does not require aid. What happened? Fox responds by bursting into a cacophony of sounds, words, and emotions. Someone chuckles bitterly, another swears with some foul expletives, yet another hisses, furiously demanding that the others shut up. You manage to make out little from all the noise. We were just flying minding our own business straight out of the blue and opened fire. Miracle we could get away. Emperor protected, and then more fire. Who? Void only knows. Roasted our tail, bombed everything. Our folks are left without our help. We never get to them. Thunderfang, now stop playing games, and I explain again what your business is here, and this time I highly recommend the truth. Happy now? What have you done, idiot? It is too late now. Vox channels again filled with the angry whispering of several voices. The whisper and statics are drowned out by clear and slightly frightened voice. Do you copy? We are from the Fellow of the Void. We did not come here to loot on a different business, to help our own out of jail. Those do not hurt, please. We already had our Kronos cleaned. How about striking a deal? Our hold is full of goods. In case you are unaware, Lord Captain, the Fellowship of the Void is a disorderly assembly of several dozen pirate factions in the Coronis Expanse. They consider themselves above regular heretics solely because they sometimes have Vox communications with those whom they are about to board. Were it up to me, I would make them eat a salvo from the macro cannons to shake the scum loose from the decks. They certainly deserve it. The honeyed voice of the high-effect totem interrupts the translation with a polite cough. I would wait on destroying the vessel if I were you. Although the moral aspects of their livelihood do cause some awkward questions, the Fellowship of the Void remains a major supplier of goods to the local market. Perhaps you will find dealing with them acceptable, especially in a situation where performing a warp jump is impossible. Alright, prepare for commercial exchange. Hey, yo. Oh, shit. An actual flamer, what the fuck? Camouflage, melta, heavy leather armor. Okay. Okay, what do you like? You like Heretic and Xenos trophies. What do we have? Do we have any of that? We do not have any of that. Let's go ahead and add these in here because I don't need it. Definitely the knives. Definitely all these swords. Too much of this crap. Let's go over here next. Begin scan. Tithe grade, Aptus none. G724. What's this? Prison planetoid. Ooh. Okay, let's give it a shot. Dark corners of the Imperium are infested with scoundrels, criminals, heretics, and even minions of the arch-enemy. Exterminating them is the duty of every righteous servant of the God Emperor.
I always have a backup plan.
Pilot Raquel.
What's a peculiar thing?
Come in, escort. This is Captain Vekari. Escort, please come in. The pale young woman looks at you with a mixture of hope and disbelief swirling in her eyes. You notice her hands trembling as she clutches her weapon. Who are you? Did you come from the planet? Are you reinforcements? Saint's teeth, I thought you'd never come. I am Rogue Trader Von Valencius. Now introduce yourself. At once, sir, the woman stands at attention. Captain Raquel Vicari, servant of House Winterscale and the pilot of this shuttle. It is an honor to be greeting his lordship Von Valencius. Tell me of the planetoid. The only settlement on Rykad Philia is a penal colony. The prisoners work in the mines and the domed quarries. We mine sulfur, serum dust, and sand, which is then melted down. A rather nondescript place, or so it was, prior to current events. What happened? Been a prison riot on the planetoid, sadly, is being led by the prison warden himself, the Honorable Anathagon Casteglia. He has allied himself with the rabble that he himself was supposed to watch, and declared Rakadi Philia to be independent of the authority of the system's lawful governor. I came here as a shuttle pilot alongside the Honorable Yvain Winterscale, son of Caligus Winterscale. Rogue trader, vanquisher of Xenos, forever triumphant over the enemies of humanity. She details enunciating every word of her overlord's title. Young Lord Winterscale wished to speak to the warden personally so he could put an end to this lawless treason. He and his escort went ahead and... She grows paler. I haven't been able to contact the Lord Rocks for a very long time now. You were too late to arrive on Rakadi Philia. Shit. The warden himself is spearheading the riot? Yes, she bites her lip. No one expected Master Casteglia is a noble... from a respected governor house and ambassadors of the House Winterscale. All of a sudden, he proclaimed Rakadi is now his personal domain. The prisoners were his subjects, and that he would never bow to anyone again. It's pure heresy. Anything I should be apprised of before I set out? Some rebels have holed up in the barracks. Don't know how many, but given this is the only way through the negotiations that are taking place, I should expect heavy resistance. Please take caution. Prison connected to the planetary rebellion. Seems more likely that the warden learned about the rebellion in Rykad and decided to use the situation to his advantage. Got it. Okay. Why would Young have felt the need to parley with the dissidents? It's a personal matter. Master Casteglia, the seditious warden, is Lord Yvain's childhood friend. When my lord heard of the riot, the news saddened him greatly, and so he rushed over here without delay, in hopes of bringing his old friend back to his senses, no doubt. First, Winterscale, my money, who prefers to talk first rather than shoot and slash. She smiles faintly. Young Lord Winterscale is not his father's shadow. If he is determined to save his friend, he won't back down. I pray to the throne that he is alive and well. He's been gone for such a long time, and I really don't like this place. Theobald executed his wife and only son on the mere suspicion of treason against House Arcelio. So why did the noble Yvain rush to save someone who had betrayed his house? Do bonds of friendship give one the right to make inexcusable mistakes? I am looking for the man by the name of Heinrich Sven Calix. Is he here? Unless it's one of the prisoners or guards, then it seems unlikely. There is no shuttles in working order other than yours and mine. There is nothing else anyone could do to reach this place. If there are no more questions, you may excuse yourself. Freeze for a moment before asking hesitantly. Which if I might have a moment of your time, I wouldn't have dared to trouble you with a personal matter, but the situation, in any case, have you been into the capital of Rykad Minoris yet? Wanted to ask if you saw a man there, a communications office by the name of Jasper. You need not worry, Jasper is alive. She lets out a long sigh. You can hear the relief gleaming in her eyes. You can't imagine how much I needed that to hear that. Thank you. She bows. You can tell by the desperation in her eyes that she is exhausted, frightened, and wishes to be off this planetoid as soon as possible. Okay, so we got new items. I want to see what they do. So I got a cape. Where's my cape? Oh, when the wearer must fall unconscious, a stasis field immediately recovers toughness bonus boost instead. Wearer loses all MP but gains a 3% dodge. Ooh. No, let's see what this does. Camouflage robe. Wearer's range attacks decrease their target. Ooh, I'll take that. Okay, let's see what this says. Missionary Oath. Once per combat, if the wearer does not use any abilities during their turn, they can end their turn to immediately grant an adjacent ally extra turn with 1 AP. Okay, let's see. Let's see what else we got here. I want this one, which is a good, like, eye thing. So this is a... gain plus 6% armor. Helmet also grants a fellowship equal to 4. You know what? I'm gonna give him this.
That's not the Seneschal's job.
Oh. I've been doing a fuck ton of reading. The amount of collision damage inflicted by the wearer of this turn. Trying to decide what to give. Okay, you will take the actual fucking flamer, not the hand flamer, but an actual flamer. Let's go ahead and do that. What's your armor? 25. What can I give you? Oh, you don't have a backpack. I'll give you this backpack. Hey yo, she looks badass with that. Let's go. Let's see. You have a well-maintained las gun, but I kind of want to give you a bolter as well. Okay, I kind of... Should I give that to you? Yeah. Reduces, like, horrors of the warp. Makes her immune to horrors of the warp. Okay, let's go. Disarm the trap.
I better myself through my service.
Has been vacant for a long time. There's some dust.
Is there money to be made?
My warp sight reveals something.
Oh.
I feel my age when fighting alongside such young warriors.
Indeed. While I have my navigator skills to call upon, you are, statistically speaking, far more likely to perish in battle. Oh, I mean, that came out wrong.
I love her. She's so funny.
Never doubt me.
Like,
Blessed
as
be the road
creepy
that
as she looks, like, I like her. She's actually really
Duty
sweet.
prevails.
Sister. Hold on, what is that? Oh, those are the traps I disarmed. Okay. Find Warden Casteglia.
I'll make an example out of you.
You have been ambushed. Prepare for combat. Okay. Let's do this. Oh, that's right. She can't fire if there's an enemy like literally right next to her.
I'll do it. You escaped the Emperor's judgment. The enemies of the Emperor will be undone.
Alright, let's go ahead and smack him. Oh, what the fuck? It just exploded, okay?
Trust me, death is a blessing. I shall not fail. The other side awaits.
Heyo, that's pretty cool. She actually does go back to the start of her turn. Okay, that's pretty funny. Yo.
Chaos guides me. Death to non-believers.
High momentum.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Doubt it.
Let's see.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Alright, so he has to be at least 5 away to do full damage.
Follow my lead. One fewer turn.
Alright, and there's me. Let's move you over here and have you shoot this fucker.
You should have thought twice before crossing me.
Alright, and Pascal can move up, but we're gonna have him shoot. Oh, he dodged it. So we got 2 enemies left, okay.
Guided by fate.
Damn.
Time to slaughter someone.
I'm gonna try something.
If I may.
Oh, she doesn't have any jumps left. Okay, well I just wasted a fucking extra turn.
I'm afraid not.
Just a minor setback. My place is at the fore. I will do my duty. It will reduce to dust. For von Valancius. Victory is imminent. I'd rather not.
Alright, and that's the end of combat. Hell yeah. Stub revolver. Okay. Alright, inspect the poster.
My house would be
Re-stain
proud
the
of me.
edges of a poster What? Wait, what? What? Oh, prisoner shank? Dang, what the fuck? Look at that dodge reduction. What the fuck? Alright, let's see what we got here in terms of goods.
Let us not dawdle.
Oh, wait, don't forget about Cassia.
And suboptimal. Your body has suffered deterioration and requires modification.
Funnily enough, I've grown rather attached to the old thing. Have patience. Someone will shoot me any minute now, and then you'll have your chance to upgrade me.
The machine god grants the insight.
What? My brethren, the dawn is nigh. The optimates will guide us into new existences. Yes, yes, dear brethren. Have a taste of my steel. Oh, how I've longed for this, my dear brethren. What the fuck? Thank the throne, normal-looking faces. We thought we were going to die here with these nutters. The old man with the gap-toothed smile drops his weapon and holds out his hands in placating gesture. Please don't shut us, your nobleness. Let us speak a word. This is a welcome change, talking before shooting. Still, Lord Captain, the look of this ragtag bunch hardly inspires trust. We usually not to execute on the spot. Here's the deal. We're honest, quiet inmates. We didn't want to riot, but well, sitting it out wasn't really an option either. The warden's lapdogs made short work of those who refused to join in the festivities, so we had to, play along. But that's all it was, play. We never meant no offense to Governor Medina, nor to the lawful authority of House Winterscale. Give us a chance, eh? We just want to wait until everything blows over and we can go back to our cells quietly and do the rest of our time. Pascal inquires demurely. Does the fact that this serf presently confined and therefore has previously betrayed the trust of the Imperium servants need to be vocalized, or is it evident to the late persons initiated in the sacred mysteries of logic? A repentant, honest heretic, how novel. Judging by Abelard's tone, the seneschal is utterly unimpressed by the old man's ingratiating monologue. Lowborn's speech is muddled with colors that conceal his true, darker hues. This old man has a long history of lies, and he is using his wiles on us as well. But I see no foul corruption or ill intent in his words. What do I gain from it? Now how jailbirds hope to thank your noble self? I have an inkling. You see, us here, we're, how should I put this, different from the rest of the prisoners in this place. They're all petty thieves from Rykad Minoris, debtors, and gutter snipes. There's no one serious. Now we, your nobleness, are cut from a different cloth altogether. We're fortune seekers from the void. Why don't we tell you where on Footfall Station? Ooh. You know of Footfall, the only shipyard and the best market in all of Chronos Spence. Yes, so we were on Footfall. You can find some very serious business-minded people and how you can get yourself a very special discount from them on some very special goods. What kind of very serious people? The most serious kind, your nobleness. Have you heard about the Fellowship of the Void? It's the largest pirate alliance in the Expanse. There is no leader, of course, but there are some terribly serious captains who decided that cutting each other's throats over loot was, counterproductive. But cutting throats together, now that's anti-counterproductive. And now, well, their joint efforts leave them with an excess of spoils, and they need to dispose of it somehow. And I, your nobleness, just happen to know someone who handles such kinds of deals on behalf of those very serious people. You are pirates. I came across a void ship belonging to your associates. They were planning to break you out. The man grunts, huffs, and makes up his mind. Well, now that's out of the bag. Our fellows were supposed to come and get us a long time ago, but they got tied up somewhere, Void, Crack, and Skullet with them. And all that time we had to wait. This happened. Pardon me for trying to pull the synth wool over you. It's just that we want nothing to do with this whole warden nonsense. So what now? Will you let us go? Tell me where the warden and riot? While soy your tongue talking about the heretic. But if you insist, here's how it is. The warden of this here prison, the Honorable Master Casteglia, was a crackpot from the start. The previous warden ran things the proper way. Prayer, 1 meal a day, work, and a punch in the chompers from the guards, work again. But the new one, do you know what his first decree was? He introduced lunches and dinners. By the 9 devils, that's 3 meals a day. The man was obviously stark-raving mad. Things only went downhill from there. The guards quit it with the teeth punching. The warden forbade them. Instead, the overseer started counting which prisoners were digging up more things on the quarry or swinging their peckers harder or whatnot. And then, would you believe it, they were put on a list of best workers. And if someone on that list also showed good behavior, then that's when they would get promoted to an optimate. That's the upper crust among us jailbirds. Or that's how it was at first. And then the warden decided it's the optimates, not the guards, who should be in charge of punishments. And that it wasn't the overseer's job to watch the prisoners work, it was the optimates. Well, now, let me tell you, that's when the goody two-shoes really started to shine. The guards aren't even in the same league as our dear fellows in the optimates. In the old days, we had 4 or 5, 10 stiffs kicking it a week. Now we were lucky it was only 50. It wasn't the end of it. Warden Casteglia moved out of his chambers to live right in the quarry under the dome. And I think something in his new home really scrambled his brain. He began spouting the wildest things like the optimates are saints, who will behold the truth, and he started taking them to the quarry. Not all of them returned. The ones who did, you wouldn't recognize them, more beast than man. They were butchering people left and right, even guards and overseers. The warden himself had armed them. And that's the whole sob story, but I knew it from the moment he let us have dinners. Oh, this won't end well. Very well, I shall spare you. Oh, that's great to hear, your nobleness, just great. Now, there's a true aristocrat, not the warden creep. Now then, where was I? If you're ever on Footfall Station, there's this district there, the Shadow Quarters. It's called that because it's located behind the statue of our holiest temple. I've known folks who called it something else, also on account of it being behind the statue. Don't repeat their mistakes, I tell you. River and Hieronymus wasted no time finding and burning them all. Ooh. Forgive an old man for getting distracted. So, footfall. The Shadow Quarters is a bar there, built into the remains of an old ship. And in that bar, in the back room, a certain Ryza does her business. Tell her Grandpa back home says hello. You'll be her favorite client in the blink of an eye. There we are. And, well, your nobleness, I'll be going now if you don't mind. Ooh, okay. We can either be an asshole, go dogmatic, and be like, I have changed my mind by his will, I will not let heretical riffraff such as yourself leave this place alive. I don't want to kill them, but if I let them stay, it's also bad. What happens if I go iconoclast? I shall not leave you here to die at the Oh, Jesus Christ. Spicy! Wait, what you doing? He's scaring me. I shall not leave you here to die. How you doing? Oh, I love that con emo. It's so cute. I shall not leave you here to die at the hands of the Warden's henchmen. Go, tell my pilot that it is the Lord Captain's order that you be sent to my ship. You will join my ship's crew. You have my personal pardon as a rogue traitor. Thanks, we are most grateful, your nobleness. The old man glances at you somehow skeptically, but then smiles and leaves. I'm surprised that nobody had a fucking problem with it. How you doing, you cheat? It's good to see ya. How you doing?
I always keep my options open.
Okay. I'm good. Just clocked out from work. Hell yeah. Leaving work is always great. It's always a good feeling. Oh shit! That actually that explosion was actually loud. It kind of scared me for a second.
See,
Ooh.
right there.
Ooh, Diviner's Staff. Ooh. What does Consign do? Hold on. The next hit against the target will be an automatic critical. Ooh. Willpower and perception divination. Specializes in gleaming information, using it to fortune in your favor. Diviners find useful insights everywhere, manifesting extrasensory abilities and glimpsing the future. Ooh, that's bad. Oh, no. There we go. That's what I wanted. Okay. Saturate cape. When the wearer uses Endure, they immediately remove one of the effects. Ooh, that's actually not bad. Foe hammer. Is that a shotgun? Oh, it's a shotgun. Okay. Endure. So that's a warrior skill. So I'm gonna give that to him. But let's see. Deadshot revolver. I think I'm gonna give that to her, because she's somehow able to wield it. Now the next question is... She can't use the Diviner's Staff because she doesn't have divination. That's right. What do I want to do? I'm trying to figure out. At cargo, obviously. Okay, let's go to main level. Oh, open new. Build a bridge. Oh no. She did say that she had somebody corpse in uniform with the decorated with the winter scale coat of arms. Dead guard did not even have time to draw a weapon. The attack must have come as a surprise. Oh shit. The pilot did say that Yvain Winterscale was here, but they lost contact. The accretions on the outside of the structure indicate some regularly occurring natural phenomenon, possibly poison gas emissions. What the fuck is this? Warden Casteglia evading winter scale. Oh no. Yo, what the fuck is all that? What the fuck? I told you, Evie, they are hiding so much from us. Arrogant mentors, helly brothers and sisters, what have they ever given us? Nothing but a pile of fibs and useless admonitions. The voice of the man standing with his back to you sounds almost soft. Heedless of everything but what is in front of him, he leans over a prisoner dressed in expensive clothing. But Aurora, she is different. She spoke with me like no one ever had. She revealed the truth to me, and now I can reveal it to you, if you just stop struggling for 1 minute. What? The man finally realizes he's not alone and turns to you. He is clutching a long, thin metallic rod with blood dripping off of it. We have guests? From the Von Valencia's ship, I wager. Evie, my dear, you will have to wait. Do not faint, I beg of you. It's only important that you feel everything, including your other eye. Such dreadful shades, Cassia recoils and covers her mouth. The colors of this place, they are putrescent to the core. And these people, their colors are oozing with madness, despair, pain, and doom. Who is Aurora? Oh, so you've managed to barge in here and interfere with the prophetess's designs without even knowing who she is, but it's too late now. You will never attain sight. All you can do is accept your fate. Suddenly stirs like a predatory beast. I do not like it when people take the prophetess's aura name in vain. I desire your death, enemy of the truth. The warden raises his hand, and the main people start thrashing about in their death throes. Oh, what the fuck? The time for words has passed. Optimates, gain your power with the harbinger of Aurora. Let our foes see the truth, or become awash in
You
blood.
will beg for mercy, but I will
Ooh,
grant
boss
none.
fight time.
Show them no mercy.
Oh boy. Okay. Let's see. Start moving them up. Okay. Okay, so I go first. Who wants to get sniped? Hold on, let me see who this guy is. This guy? Alright, let's take him out, because he's the next one on the list. Oh, no, mind. Warden Casteglia is the next on the list. I'll take this guy out first.
Never stood a chance. Let's make it fit. I shall destroy his powers.
Hold on.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Wow, she missed everything. That's great.
Death weak. Out of my way.
Ooh, that's actually a really good setup for her right there. Oh, but she doesn't have the jump ability. Hold on.
I bring mercy and retribution.
Shoot. Hold on. Ooh. Let's do this one.
Trust me, is a blessing.
Oh, damn. Let's go. Oh, now we can jump. Let's go.
Count. The other side awaits.
Oh my god, she's OP. What the fuck is this? Let's end her turn there. Alright, Pascal move. We should probably be taking out these lenses. He just teleported to one. How many lenses are there? There's what? 1, 2, 3 lenses? Unholy lens. Okay. What happens if I try to shoot it?
Heavy is the tread of his faithful.
Bruh, he missed. Alright, Abelard. Let's go with... You need to be 5 away, I believe.
A tactically sound approach.
What the fuck?
At your beck and call.
Bruh.
It will be done.
What happened? He just went inside him. Lewd. Alright, Cassia. Let's see. Alright, let's see who's gonna get sniped. Missed. Oh, did I just hit him on accident? Oh no, I hit the cover. My bad. Hey, nice snipe. Let's go. Let's do.
Feel honored to witness this. Who would
Alright, let's see. Hey yo. Wait, why can't I do Revelant Slaughter? I killed 3 enemies. Huh.
I'll see to it personally. Chaos guides me.
Damn. Alright, sister. I'm gonna need you to move up. Do a running gun, actually, now that I think about it. And then do that.
Rejoice in battle. Faith, like is a prayer.
Get fucked.
As the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it.
Alright, Cabela, I need you to move up. Bitch, smack this guy. Damn. She's actually overpowered. What the fuck? Alright, I need you to smack this bitch.
I will do my duty.
Oh, come on. Alright. Let's see. Can you shoot this thing? Nope. I'm gonna shoot this thing.
But not by much.
Okay, let's command you.
If you insist, Captain.
Alright. Did you hit? I missed. Shit. Not much of a sniper if he keeps missing.
Guides me.
Alright, Sister Argenta.
God Emperor, be the
Oh,
fire in
that's some
my
good
heart.
hits. What the fuck? Alright. Let's send him up there and have him smack this guy. Can you charge him, maybe? How far can you charge go? Can't.
Someone else can do this.
No suitable... Okay, hold on.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones.
Ah, can't get close enough. Never mind.
Indeed.
Battlefields are always drowned in scarlet. If only that were possible.
No, I would that I could.
Damn it! Keep wasting movement.
On it.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Reload.
Faith without deeds is worthless. Power resides in the will of the righteous. I'll do it. As the you, my Emperor.
Alright, move her ass up and have her smack this guy.
Comes in silence.
Now, do I want to risk this? Because it does hit allies too.
My vessel is to serve.
is
Oh, damn. He's just, like, blocking everything. What the fuck?
As killing
Hey, yo, he just
brings
fucking
me no
explodes. Alright. I don't believe we've been properly introduced. Blood is bubbling on the man's lips and his voice is barely audible, but even now it remains melodious and quite courteous. Yvain Winterscale af Coronas, greatly pleased to make your acquaintance. On the rare days that Lord Winterscale visited Urak 5, the station was awash in a mist of warm hues. We were forbidden from meeting each other, but I was delighted still to see such rare colors in my home. Now, however, his colors are darkening, twisting from pain and bitterness. We must help, Lord Captain. We must save the clarity of his soul, for he whose presence makes the world a little brighter deserves no less. Lady Cassia, I presume? Sacred child of Horse Orselio, House Orselio. How disgraceful it is that on the day we finally meet, Yvain looks away in shame. I find myself not at my best. There is no disgrace in your predicament, Lord Winterscale. The Lord Captain and I met under similarly dreadful and tragic circumstances. Conserve your strength. You are wounded and need help. Wounded. I would have phrased it altogether differently. Tortured and maimed, perhaps. Have you ever had your eyes burned out? This was my first time. I cannot say I recommend the procedure. He is either trying to make light of the situation or growing delirious from the pain. What have they done to you? Ah, the warden, my friend. I tried to convince him to stop the riot. Diplomacy failed. Speaking is a struggle, but he continues stubbornly. Father hates diplomacy, which is why I had to try. I must take my leave. I will see to it that assistance is provided to you and that you are escorted from here. He nods, giving in to oblivion. Wait, does that mean he dies? Ooh, we get more profit. Let's go. Till our next meeting, Lord Van Valentius, I require some time alone with my thoughts. Aw, man. It's a shame. Alright, so loot everybody real quick. Toby pattern.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Wiggle. Ooh! Noble sword. A precise las pistol, okay. And an armored body glove. Like a glove! Getting some nice weapons. Stub revolver. Let's see, what else are we missing? We're missing this dude. Is there anything I'm missing here? Some loot up top? Really? Hold on. It's over here.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Oh, you gotta open this first. Got it. Okay. Melta charges and some grenades and other tradables. But damn, we actually got some decently good stuff in here. What the fuck? Okay, let's see. Noble's sword. Its minimum damage is not as good, but it has an effect on it. Let's read what it says. On a hit, the sword attack inflicts the disturbed effect on the target for 2 rounds. If the target of the attack is already suffering from the disturbed effect, the attack deals an additional 6 damage. So disturbed is -10 penalty to fellowship and willpower. Ooh. It's not bad. A prisoner's shank isn't bad either, and so is the las pistol. Ooh, it has a Deadeye skill to it too. That's pretty cool. Gonna go ahead and cargo these ones. Ooh, what's this? Serrated mono knife. This knife has a chance of inflicting bleed. Let's give him that. There we go. Trying to decide what I want to do. Got a body glove. I'm going to go ahead and use that. There we go. She's fine. Faux hammer. I'm going to give her the las pistol. Fuck it. But damn, dude, she's actually kind of fucking scary. She's actually kind of scary. Like, in a good way. I kind of want to replace her main sword and just, like, give her 2 daggers. And go ahead and make that the primary and that the secondary. And then make her do that as a primary right there. Okay. Heavy armor. You got a heavy leather. This one's a heavy leather as well. Okay. Okay. Let's just do. Glass making furnace was used to melt down and extracted sand into glass. So what's this? Oh, someone died here?
I do what I must.
Evidence suggests that the victim was killed by poisonous gas. Okay, let's go ahead and level up real quick. Better to die for the Emperor. Shoulder to shoulder. I can't get that higher? Dang. Safe maneuver, do weapon, do mastery, grenadier. Okay, let's go ahead and choose one of these skills. Every time the Astra Militarum's commander's ally uses a heroic act, the commander gains 5 to all characteristics until the end of combat. That's actually not bad. Let's see. I'm gonna go for better to die for the Emperor, just for the buff in case like things go to shit. Okay, let's see what else we get here. Let's go strength. No heresy. Gains +10 critical hit chance and armor against Xenos enemies. Okay, so we still haven't received that heavy weapon thing, so I'm gonna hold off on that heavy weapon proficiency until we actually get a heavy weapon. Though the Melta weapon is not bad either. Hold on, let's just do character to use Melta weapon. Melta weapons attack gain 5+4 max damage. Nice. Dodge bonus. Let's give the dodge bonus. Fuck it. Power armor efficiency. Ooh, power armor. Let's see what you got. Doing my part. No heresy, ready to serve. Litany of hatred. Devotee and all their allies in the area of Warham or Furious Recital gain 1+ single shot attack opportunity. Enemies in effective Warham and Furious Recital gain 1 stack of the disturbed effect. Enemies. Oh, okay. Emperor protects. Devotee gains a 3% chance to ignore enemy attacks. Let's do Litany of Hatred. Litany of Hatred sounds good. Awareness, Athletics, Medicaid, Lore. Let's do Awareness, fuck it. Alright, now you... I think she does... Perception better, okay. Every enemy the Navigator has in their line of sight has dodge and hit chance reduced by 6. It's not bad. Force and travel. When the Navigator uses a power that has not been used this combat, gains +2 perception. When an enemy fails a resistance test against attacks against them, gain a 32% crit chance. Okay, let's just go ahead and add that as a skill. Okay, what about you? What you got for me? You got perception, ballistic. I'm gonna go weapon skill. Pinnacle of weaponry. First attack in combat with any plasma, melta, or power weapon deals additional damage equal to 5. For the remainder of combat, the bonus damage is increased to 2. While wearing heavy armor, Forge World characters gain 1+ MP to deflection and cannot fall prone. Ooh. Okay, let's see what you get. Toughness or strength? Let's give her toughness. Blinding blades. Enemies attacked by the Blade Dancer have their weapon skill, ballistic skill, and perception reduced by 10. Each attack made by the blade dancer increases the damage of all subsequent attacks they make this turn by 5. The attack stacks up to 3 times. Area attacks, burst attacks, and any other attacks that deal multiple hits are considered single attacks. Blade Dancer's parry is increased by a percentage of toughness, and attacker's melee crit hit chance bonus determined by the difference between the attackers' sweeping motions. Melee area attacks cost 1 less AP, but no less than 1. Ooh. Duelist. Trying to figure out what's a good one. Death from above deals double damage to enemies that have less than 50% wounds. That's actually not bad. Takes 2. If all the strikes made as part of Blade Dance are directed against the same target, the last strike deals double damage. Oh shit, okay, I'm gonna take that actually. What the fuck?
Is there money to be made?
Oh snap, that's actually a good skill. Alright, now we just go back to our ship. Dark corners of the Imperium are infested with scoundrels, criminals, and heretics, even the minions of the archenemy. Okay, so we pretty much got that. Hold on. What's over here? Rykad Majoris. Scan is required. What's this? A not explored, unidentified void ship. Augurs notice a large object among the lifeless rock covering the planet, a void ship whose signature and origin are impossible to identify from orbit, is resting on the edge of a deep ravine. The whole of the unidentified vessel is severely damaged, rocks around it shattered by the force of the gigantic machine's crash landing. The Augurs haven't detected any vital signs aboard or near the vessel. Send a squad to the planet to explore the void ship. The landing party reports via Vox as soon as they touch down. The colossal void ship before them is covered with spikes. It resembles a morbid beast sculpted from darkness itself, menacingly hanging over the ravine. An experienced veteran accurately determines the origin of the unholy vessel. It belongs to the Xenos race called Drukhari. Oh shit. Ready to collapse at any moment, the void ship emits a long, woeful creak as if promising to drag along into the abyss below anyone who dares to disturb its slumber. Anxious, Ideria tells the Lord Captain that voices in her head are screaming, repeating words, harbinger, darkness, and death. Not wanting to tempt destiny, the rogue trader decides to recall people from the vessel. Argenta eagerly says that the only good Xenos is a dead one. A true servant of the Emperor shouldn't soil their hands with Xenos technology. The rogue trader orders that more people be sent to the Xenos void ship to collect any valuable findings. Being the God Emperor's chosen, the rogue trader won't go digging around Xenos trash. The artifacts of the enemy of humanity should be wiped out from the Cronus expanse. I'm gonna go with Argenta. Fuck this guy. But then again, Abelard also has a good point. Find out what they're doing. Can I save here? I cannot save here, so it's going to be a crazy choice. Let's go with this one. After 2 watches of hard labor, the workers managed to stay... All right, Zora, I'm going to head to bed. Have fun, man. Yeah, have a good night. Thanks for stopping by, Angel. Have a good night. After 2 watches of hard labor, the workers managed to stabilize the Drukhari void ship. The soldiers who entered the vessel were met with lifeless bodies of Xenos who had died when the void ship crashed. The void ship itself, following its abominable nature, came to life, immediately craving to sate its wicked appetite for human death. The vessel's systems have rejected the intruders, and senselessly cruel, deadly traps have been activated on all decks. Oh shit. Monstrous contraptions designed to mince, rip apart, and incinerate their victims took the soldiers by surprise but were neutralized before the squad suffered significant losses. The soldiers found several curious pieces of xenotech on the sinister void ship, but no data that could shed some light on why it came to the Rykad system. Barb Needle, Drukhari Shadow, Drukhari Venom, a Venom Blade. Requires Drukhari weapon proficiency. Most warriors prefer swords for flexibility against combat. Blast pistol. Monofilament grenade. Disgusting xenotech. We're not going to use it. Okay. There's nothing else here. Okay, so why is there still a question mark here? Okay, let's go to the main planet, Rykad Minoris. So we have to go here now. Yeah, this will be my squad. We gotta keep Cabela, because she's OP as fuck. We shall trade this Xenos crap. No, yeah, we're also going to go ahead and add to cargo, there we go. Yo, what the fuck? Glory to the Von Valancius dynasty. Let's go over here.
Not dawdle.
What's over here? Goods. Okay. What about over here? Okay, let's go over here. Just the entrance, right? Oh, open the gate. Okay. The binary chemical awakens the gate's latching mechanism. Electrodynamic Cenobium. That's an interesting name. Oh, scheisse. Heretics were killed swiftly and ruthlessly. They never had time to reach their weapons.
I always keep my options.
Mistress Cabela, you move with the utmost confidence in unfamiliar places. And yet, until now, you have spent your entire life on a void ship.
This place is almost like the plasma drive chambers on the flagship. The deadly flashes of the machine spark, the smell of scorched flesh, and threads that must be severed.
Ooh. Let's see what we got here. You note that wire junctions are often marked with the symbol of a key that appears to connect two lines. Mercifully quick electric shock was not what killed this cultist. His face is contorted in pain as if he was tortured. There are no wounds on the heretic's body, but his face is contorted in terror and his eyes are bloodshot from ruptured vessels. What the fuck is going on? Okay, let's open this door then. Ooh, cutscene.
I'm not satisfied with that answer. I will repeat my question again. The last Electro Priest you killed, where did you find him?
Burn in the fire of dawn, servant of the Corpse Emperor!
And another one meets the limit of his utility. The last of them.
Oh, it's Heinrichs, right? Tall, dark-haired man sizes you up with a quick glance. The supernatural chills making the air around him crackle softly. The expensive fabric of his jacket is stitched with gold thread and marked by several reddish-brown stains. A force sword and a vox hang from his belt, and the emblem of the Holy Inquisition glitters on his chest. Interrogator von Kalix, I presume?
Yes. Well, since you know who I am, and are in no hurry to kill me, I infer that you serve the Emperor, not his enemies. Allow me to introduce myself. Interrogator Heinrichs van Kalox of the Imperial Inquisition's esteemed Ordo Xenos. With whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
Rogue Trader Zoro von Valancius.
Von Valancius? To the best of my knowledge, that dynasty is headed by the esteemed Theodora von Valancius. Has there been a change of circumstances?
I see you take no pleasure in no end of pleasure in your job. I barely introduced myself and I'm already being grilled.
I do admit courteous small talk is not my strong suit. What brings you to the sanctum of the Omnisire?
I'm here to collect you. I'm under orders from the Lord Inquisitor to offer my any assistance you may require, after which I'm provided safe passage to footfall aboard my ship.
Then the timing of our meeting is fortuitous.
Fortuitous.
I'm requisitioning you and your retinue for my task. Starting with her. You have provided exactly the kind of specialist that this situation requires.
I am the Domin's shadow. If he says the word, I will protect you. If he says the word, I will take you to the Undying One.
Requisitioning? Young man, your choice of words is unseemly to the point of insult. You're addressing a rogue trader.
I don't imagine you'll be any happier if I say taking into inquisitorial custody.
To aid his faithful servant in the fight against corruption is the solemn duty of all whose actions affect millions of the Imperium subjects. Let your example guide those who will carry the Emperor's light across 1,000 stars.
You are familiar with the works of Inquisitor Alistar the Redeemer. Not every acolyte can say the same, let alone people less initiated. Please forgive my lapse in manners, Lady Navigator Orselio. It is a great honor.
Heinrichs arches an eyebrow, examining the coat of arms on Cassius' clothes.
I came to Rycab Minoris on a mission, which a rebellion prevented me from fulfilling. The governor is convinced that malcontents from among the rabble were the instigators, but I immediately suspected a more sinister presence at the root of the mutiny. My visit to the monastery and a few unhurried conversations with some of the rebels confirmed my suspicions. Someone by the name of Aurora is leading the rebellion. Data indicates that the head of the cultists is here right now, in the sanctum of the ancient reactor. Given the prophecy of the final dawn, and the special efforts made by the enemies of humanity to seize the monastery, their goal is to gain access to the holy power source's control circuit and trigger a process that, once started, cannot be stopped. In other words, to detonate the reactor, thus being themselves the cause of their much-touted final dawn.
Blasphemous insanity.
The tech priest's visor flashes and turns a bloody scholar. A soft hum of activating systems is heard from under his robe. This wretched planet's troubles are none of my concern. Taking the ship, I can help you with the Royalist joint forces.
Thank you. Regrettably, the governor's people showed themselves to be unprepared for the
I'm gonna
perils
turn
of
the
this
light real
place.
quick. There we go.
And extracting blade shards from a person's stomach is beyond my powers. I hope that a rogue trader's retinue will prove more capable than a group of soldiers fresh off the base. I am positive that not all of the electro-priests within these walls have perished. The heretics spoke of shadows emerging from side alleys to make short work of the cultists invading their abode. I surmise that the entrance to their hiding place is somewhere in the hall near a machine known as the Circular Cogitator. I imagine it's one of the local sacred relics which the electro-priests treat with special piety.
Okay, so we have to take him with us. He's a quest necessity. Who am I going to ditch for right now? I'm gonna go ahead and ditch Abelard and keep Cabela. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and call it here tonight. Let's see who is on. It's a work day for me, so I can't stream too long. Liz is playing some Umamasame. She was playing some Night Rain, but it looks like she switched over. I'm gonna go ahead and say hello to Liz, because Liz needs some love. Yes, indeed. It's Liz. But yeah, the game is great. I actually fucking love this game. I love Warhammer. I've been painting some Warhammer. I need to get back into some painting streams. I am. It just requires a lot of setup, and sometimes I'm just not in the mood for that setup. But I swear I will do my best to try it again in the future. But with that, my name is Zorro, and I am signing out. Have a good night, everybody.